India leads the world in vaccine production and infant immunization. But there's a missing link: teenagers, especially girls. Doctors point to the fact that adolescents make up 22% of India's population. The rollout of the HPV vaccine may finally bring attention to this otherwise relatively ignored demographic.
Now, WHO has given a clarion call in 2020 November that low middle income group countries also can aspire to become cervical cancer free. And they have given a three-pillar strategy that is 90, 70, 90. 90% of adolescent girls must be vaccinated by the government, respective government, and the rest will be done by the gynecologist.
Here's why adolescent vaccination matters. Adolescents often fall between two systems: pediatric care and adult health. Vaccines at this stage protect against long-term diseases, especially cervical cancer, rubella, dengue, tetanus, even typhoid. The World Health Organization recommends adolescent vaccination as part of life course immunization.
Just like, you want to drive a car, you have to take a license and you have to put a seat belt, then only you can drive the things. So I think, we have to empower all our adolescents with the vaccinations. And this particular vaccination is part of it should become the part of the national immunization program, which is there in the majority of the countries now. And the government of India luckily has declared it twice in the last 2 years that they are going to take it to every adolescent girl in this particular country. Once the government of India has made up their mind, for them to vaccinate HPV among the 9 to 15 years adolescent girls will not be any difficulty, because we have a perfect example of COVID vaccination, that they could reach almost 200 crore people in this particular country. They can do it.
Now, a national vaccination drive targeted at girls between the ages of 9 and 14 may bring our focus where it's needed. I'm talking, of course, about the HPV vaccine, a vaccine that can effectively prevent cervical cancer. In fact, as of now, it is the only cancer in the world that can, in fact, be prevented. First, let's share the story that the numbers tell us. Cervical cancer kills around 75,000 women in India every year, and HPV causes over 95% of these cervical cancer cases. One woman dies from cervical cancer every 8 minutes. That's 200 deaths a day. But we can stop this. India's Cervavac was launched as the country's first indigenously made HPV vaccine, and the Health Ministry has already announced its rollout in 2024 through 2025 across schools, targeting teenage girls. So what's next? The Union Budget in 2024 allocated 200 crore rupees for the HPV vaccine rollout, and it's also been included in the Universal Immunization Program.
Cervical cancer vaccination. Our government will encourage vaccination for girls in the age group of 9 to 14 years for prevention of cervical cancer.
The growing awareness around HPV can also drive attention to other adolescent vaccines. India already provides some teen vaccines. A tetanus booster, for example, is available via a combined vaccine for measles, rubella, and tetanus, and can be administered at the ages of 10 and 16. But there is no structured adolescent immunization policy covering all teens in India. So what needs to happen? The HPV campaign and its success is a reminder to treat adolescent health as a public health priority. There is a need to create a comprehensive adolescent immunization framework under the Universal Immunization Program. India has the science, India has the vaccine, and India has the need.